One of the most dangerous jobs in the military, not only because you're very exposed to the enemy, but the sea can be extremely rough in these parts of the world. And that's why these soldiers have to go through one of the most intense selections where less than 1% of all applicants make it through.
Hey up team, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. So we're going to be looking at Magnus Midtbø. Hope I pronounced that right. I've looked at a previous and reviewed and reacted to a previous video and really enjoyed it. I really enjoy watching his content. I watch it all the time. So we've got our coffee. Let's get into it.
The Coastal Ranger Commando is the eyes and ears of the Norwegian Armed Forces. They operate in the most inhospitable environment imaginable. When suspicious ships enter Norwegian waters, this is the unit that gets sent out. Boarding ships is one of the most dangerous jobs in the military, not only because you're very exposed to the enemy, but the sea can be extremely rough in these parts of the world. And that's why these soldiers have to go through one of the most intense selections where less than 1% of all applicants make it through. It's a screened unit, meaning everyone's identity has to remain a secret. And until now, no outsider has ever been allowed in.
So straight away starting off, let's just put that into perspective. Only 1% actually pass. For UKSF selection, I believe it's around 5 to 6. That may fluctuate depending on course in time, but 1%. So I don't know how many applicants per selection. Hopefully we'll get into that soon. But say it was 200, which is, you know, UKSF selection, you get 200 plus more. That'd be 2 people would pass. So it's obviously a very tough unit with very tough selection standards. So let's get into it. Looking forward to this one.
So how hard would you say this test is?
I would say it's pretty hard. Depends from year to year. Roughly we have around 500 to 2,000 people applying.
Wow.
Out of those, we select roughly around 100 people.
Only 100 people out of those 3,000 get to try this test.
Yeah, at least get to start selection.
And how many of those will pass generally?
Average 6 to 8.
6 to 8 only. So it's a pretty hard test then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I do this, if I pass the test, then I get to go on a mission with you.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So that made me a little bit nervous because I know that mission, it sounds really cool and I really want to do the mission. And there are a few of these exercises that I'm a little bit worried about that I think will be hard for me, especially the first one.
Before we get into it, I'm loving this. I love that he gets these opportunities. So he's now going to get to attempt their tests, which is seriously hard. And I know he is a very fit, strong guy. Watched plenty of his videos. I think he'd do pretty well in this. Not sure how well he's going to do. He's going to do pretty well, but to go out, you know, just a normal civilian, does YouTube videos, you know, he's got a rock climbing background, is now going to get to attempt these missions. These missions are pretty cool. Come on, we all love it. So just really cool. 3,000 roughly applying and 100 do selection. So I'd say it's slightly higher than 1%, but still very close and a very, very minimal amount of people that actually pass and get into the unit. It's pretty cool.
This is the one that I'm dreading the most. Like my legs are so weak. So I think they said you have 2 minutes to finish, so you could rest. Come on. It's so quiet in here. That's the thing with Norwegians, they're always very quiet. So how many was that?
That was 40.
40?
Yeah.
So that was maximum score then?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna aim for 20. Oh jeez, I hope I don't fail on the first. I wish this came later because I don't want to fail on the first test.
3, 2, 1, start. 2, 3, 4. Keep pace.
It's 11, right?
12.
12.
19. Come on. 20. Yeah, a lot of time.
Kom igjen!
Come on. 32. 33. 35. 5 seconds left.
I think you need to take it. Oh, 35. Oh my God.
That's good.
Thanks.
You passed.
I passed, that's the most. Oh, but I'm gonna feel this. And the next exercise is pull-ups, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's gonna be a rest for the legs.
I think you will pass easily.
Yeah, this one I think I should be able to do.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. I reckon he's absolutely going to smash this. Hang-ups, 10 kilograms, minimum 4 reps. He's going to have no issues with this at all. Well done. Some of the last reps on that walking lunge was a bit ropey, but he did it.
So that's 10 kilos extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 repetitions, that's fairly comfortable for you guys.
Yeah, it should be at least.
And what does most recruits, what do they fail on?
We don't start with the tests before we are done with the first year. So the people that do them are quite solid.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. That looked fairly comfortable. You're going really high.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do them again. So
Yeah.
make them count.
Absolutely. Yeah, no issues.
Was 8, right? One more in case I didn't do it. That was my favorite test so far. Do you feel like there is a lot of upper body strength in what you do?
Yeah, well, the entire body needs to work in order to be able to cope with the
Boarding
stress,
ships and stuff.
Yeah, when it comes to climbing, heavy kit, the physical strain on an operator today, with the kit we have, is pretty hard.
Yeah. So the test we're doing today, that's not the selection. That's what you guys do every year to see that you kind of maintain the strength.
You meet the standards that we demand of our operators every year. The first test that we do during selection is more like a minimum requirement to be able to start and train. Yeah. And after you become an operator, you need to meet these standards. That's what we expect of you.
We don't have a lot of time in between these. The point is kind of to go back to back, right?
Yeah.
4.
Put that into perspective, 8 reps, had to be a minimum of 4 carrying 10 kilos. Half the British Army could mostly do about 1 or 2 reps without any additional weight. That's something we're very poor at, apart from SF guys. They do have to do them. They're very good. Marines, Commandos, very good. But the majority of British Army units really struggle with pull-ups.
5, 6, 7, 8. That's fairly easy so far. But everyone keeps talking about the last 3 exercises. The climbing the ladder, the running, and the swimming. Those are like the hardest tests. This is kind of like a warm-up so far, it seems like. But the first exercise was definitely not a warm-up for me because my legs are weak as shit. Come on. So the Coastal Ranger Commando, that's the English word for...
Commando.
Yeah,
Norwegian.
exactly. Let's see.
Easy.
Sure. What is the next one? Is it a deadlift?
Yes.
Deadlift. 100 kilos, 8 repetitions, that's the max.
Yeah, and the minimum, you need to pass 4.
4 is the minimum.
Pretty easy one.
This is not going to be that easy for me, and then to be honest, I still feel it. My legs, I think I should have stopped at 20. Oh, Jesus Christ, my legs.
Come on. Yeah.
So very ropey deadlift technique here. Watch it as he does it, as he's coming down. So he hasn't got his feet straight, even and equal. So you can see they're not, you want them symmetrical to give you a better stance. He wants to keep his back straighter, sort of sit down into the hips a little bit more if he can. And then he doesn't want to be bending the elbows. That's the biggest one. Keep your arms straight throughout this. You don't want to be bending your arms and trying to lift with just your arms. Watch where he does it, look. Watch where he comes down. There you go, look. So needs to work on his deadlift technique. He's not a bodybuilder or anything like that, so we understand that. But it will make this exercise a lot easier for him, and it will save any sort of injury.
Good.
Okay. Now it's cool because the different units I've been to, is it called units or?
Yeah, you can say units.
People look the same kind of, you know, you have like a special body type that are good for that unit, it seems like. I think in this unit, it seems like you're all pretty like fit, you build similar.
But we see that selection tends to breed various people.
Is it possible for lighter people, smaller people to also get past? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about the size actually.
Okay.
It's more about what's in your head.
It seems like that's the case for most of the units, what's in your head. So did you guys already know what units you wanted to apply to, or did you try different units?
I went straight for this unit. Yeah.
Straight for this unit? Yeah. What made you want to try this unit?
I saw some ads on the internet and thought it looked cool.
What about the location of the base? Does that affect anything? The fact that you're in like a beautiful scenery and you can do a lot of outdoorsy things?
Yeah, it helps with wanting to stay here. There's a lot of options around, as you said, hunting, skiing, diving. You can pretty much do everything from here.
Norway is such a long and narrow country, so the climate is very different up here from down south, and it's also way less populated. No traffic. It's just like easier life, or like slow-paced, more slow-paced life.
Beautiful. Look at that.
So I've done this one before. I don't know how many I did. I think it was around 30.
5.
Come on.
6, 7, 8.
And I remember this one is like, it's very easy in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's just stop and becomes really, really hard. That's max, yeah?
Yes.
This one seems like the hardest one so far.
I think this is the worst one.
This is the worst one? Come on. 17. Come on. 18. 18. So you have to go all the way down.
All the way
and
down.
Elbows have to touch the knees.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, one more.
Easy.
All good.
Okay, I found this on the web for easy. Check it out.
These tests, I get to go on a mission where we go out with 3 boats and board a ship, and I get to like do a real mission with these guys. But they've said that if I don't do it, it's too dangerous, so we can't do it. So if I fail this test, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
Then we can't do the mission.
No, this is our minimum standards to
because
qualify as an operator.
Then it would be too dangerous, right?
Yeah. We would risk losing you.
So it's really important that I actually pass this test, because if I don't pass any of these tests, I don't get to go on the mission. And the mission is why we came here.
Start. Kom igjen da. 2.
Ja. It's gonna be hard. They're in deep pain right now. So the thing is, I'm not able to run with them because we would have to blur their face, and 3 people running with me that we have to blur would be difficult. So that's why they do it first now, and then I do it after. But this definitely seems like the hardest one so far. And I guess it's only gonna get harder too. Like the swimming sounds really hard, and also the ladder that we're going to climb sounds difficult. So
pretty tiring, this one, pretty cheeky. 300 yards, 274 meters. So yeah, not the easiest of ones.
I guess what we've done so far is just a warm up. So what was their time?
They did it in 53 seconds and 87 hundredths.
Right, and now they're going to do 5-minute rest and then do it again?
Yes.
And it'll be the worst time that counts? Or
the average
between the two? Okay. Do you know what your pulse is right now?
Mine right now is 110.
110. So this is kind of a test of how fast you can recover in 5 minutes.
Go!
Kom igjen.
Kom igjen nu, 5, siste runde, face på!
Looks like they're deep right now. You sure you don't want to do it again with me? Huh?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go! Good pace. 1. 3.
Good pace, good pace.
30 seconds. Come on. Come on.
Ja, allt på sista, allt på sista.
5. Come on, come on.
Full fart. Kom on, kom on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep. 57, 34.
57, 34.
Bra.
5-minute break.
I guess the trick is not to sit down. It feels like my legs are just failing me from that first exercise. It's like I'm almost afraid that I'm going to collapse because I don't feel my legs. And they also say you shouldn't stretch the leg muscles, I guess. Then the muscle just get loose, like stretching before running is not a good idea. I've heard experts say. I don't know if it's true, but I'm not going to take any risk right now. So I'm not going to stretch. So the distance is 22.8 meters, 600 yards together, so 2 times 300 yards.
Yeah.
My pulse is like 113 right now.
3, 2, 1, start. Come on, push it. Come on.
Push på sista nå, sista to, kom
Två runder igen.
Kom igen, sista runda. Kom igen, bra med. Kom igen, kom igen, spurt. Fort. Det går där.
Ja, kom igen.
The microphone fell off.
So with a lot of this, it's actually technique. If you can get your technique down, you waste so much. You stop wasting so much energy. If he actually worked on his technique, he'd be a lot quicker, and wouldn't be as tired because he'd be more efficient. So that is having an effect on it. It's not a massive effect, but it does honestly definitely help and will help you pass. And it's the same when you get to the bleep test.
Good job.
Nice. It's incredible that you can get so tired in 1 minute. I was afraid every time I turned that my legs would just collapse.
All right, Magnus. So the first round you did it in 57.34.
Yeah.
The second round you did it in 60 seconds, 0.30.
Yeah.
So that gives you an average of 58.82.
Yeah.
And that's a pass.
That's a pass, good. I'm happy, yeah. I think this was one of this and maybe the swimming I can still fail on, but the ladder I think I can do. So I just have to pass the next test then.
Yeah. If you pass the next 2 tests, you can join us.
Yeah, cool.
We're going to do a water cast and into a swim test.
Right, so first we're gonna jump from 8 knots, and then if that's comfortable, we'll move it up to 20 knots,
20
right?
knots, yeah.
And then we have to swim for a certain distance that we don't yet know.
Yeah.
And if I at some point have to give up, get rescued by a boat, then I'm out. Is this gonna hurt at all, or?
The water cast might hurt a little bit. When you jump to the boat, the water pressure hits you, but with the right technique, you won't get hurt.
So like one hand behind your head, the other one here, and then jump out.
Yeah, and keep tight.
Well, the water is really cold, and yesterday we saw killer whales, orcas, in this area. So let's hope there are no orcas today.
I like that.
I don't want to be orca food.
Look at that. Pretty alley, look at that boat. Pretty cool job this, isn't it?
Felt okay, but there's a little bit of water coming into the suit. It's not like completely waterproof. So I think it's gonna get really cold, and also jumping out from more than twice the speed of this, it's gonna be pretty scary. If you think that water is soft, think again. That was pretty hard. Definitely felt it in my head. Just, it feels so hard, the water. And that was 20 knots. And I guess these guys go even faster than that sometimes. So now we're gonna do the last test, and that is the rope ladder test. And I've heard that that is the hardest test. So hopefully I've saved some power for that. So what we're practicing now is how we would board a ship. Yeah. So we're starting from a low position.
Yeah, we're simulating that you're in the rib. So you're going to sit on the ground now and feel the waves. And you're supposed to start climbing when you're at the wave top, so the rib doesn't come and hit you.
You wrap the ladder like this, right? To make it more on the legs. Because we're gonna climb this 10 times in a row, so that's gonna be pretty difficult. If I do this, we're gonna do a real mission, and then there's gonna be no safety. So if you fall off, you're gonna land in the ocean next to a moving boat, which is pretty dangerous, right? Because there's a lot of streams and stuff from the boat.
Yeah.
And there's the propeller at the end of the boat. So you want to avoid getting into the water at all costs, right?
That's right. And that's why we want you to climb up 10 times, because then you prove that you have the stamina that's necessary to climb up the boat. Good job.
So that's the first lap of 10 laps.
Yeah, you can really see how tiring this is going to be, trying to do that 10 times. Core stability, strength, climbing up, pulling yourself up, legs and arms.
Dealing with carabiners using gloves is so much harder. So I guess this is the 5th time. So after this, it'll be halfway.
It was a good job last time, but now I want you to focus on being even more efficient.
Okay.
And be right in his back.
I missed the foothold.
Focus on keeping your upper body into the ship side.
Okay.
Have a wide stance with your legs and just try to work vertical and not pull so hard with your arms.
So lean more toward into the wall.
You can see how much of this is technique.
Even though this is climbing, it's kind of different because the ladder is moving and you're not the only one moving it. Like, there are people higher than you and below you that kind of move the ladder. So if you miss the foot, you're out. And also kind of simulating how it will be on a boat. I don't really know what to expect. So like from the start, I would just try to campus, but obviously there's a boat there, so I can step on the boat, but I kind of forgot that. It's kind of different from climbing, but how many times have we done this now? 7 times. 7 times, yeah.
Magnus!
Yeah?
I want you to stop 2 meters above now when you screw the carabiner.
Yeah.
Because the rib that you're supposed to jump on, it has a lot of antennas.
Yeah.
So if you screw the carabiner too low, the antennas might hit you.
Yeah.
That's why we want to say 2 meters.
And then it's hard in the beginning though, the first kind of pull. I feel like I'm like pulling out no matter how hard I try.
Try to stand more on your legs and work yourself up using your legs.
Okay, so like this?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, yeah. That was 10 times.
10 times. So now we're finished with the conditioning part of the test and we're going to do the final general test.
Okay.
That's supposed to simulate the real boarding with all the gear that we use.
Do you need this? Are you sure?
Not everyone's as strong as you,
Christ,
so
this is heavy.
We thought it's nice to use you as a breacher.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm up for it. So I'll take off this harness then and put on all that stuff.
Yeah, put on all this gear and get on the harness.
Meet my little friend. Doing it 10 times though, it's kind of, it's hard. It's I definitely got out of breath. You're expected to do it so quickly that you never get a break. This is gonna be a whole another story though.
You can see there he's going to be carrying quite a few kilos worth of kit. Well, you've got the suit, obviously what's that sort of dry suit, pistol, rifle, magazines, obviously with his chest carrier, chest plate. You got comms, helmet. He's got night vision there. So that's quite a bit of kit. And then obviously he's got the breaching tool as well, the saw.
It's nice that you brought me a dry one. Didn't have to use the wet one. Do you guys ever go light? You know, light is fast sometimes. No?
He says, you know, light is fast. That is light kit and equipment. You know, that's a top of the range chest plate carrier. You know, the magazine's slightly heavier with ammunition, comms, helmets, all top of the range. This is actually light, fight light. This is fighting light.
You sure I need all that ammo?
Yeah. And then you can do your final test. Just jump around and feel if anything's loose. Feels okay?
Feels okay.
You could fight.
I don't know how well I would fight, but I will certainly try.
So the same procedure.
Yep.
Try to visualize that you're on the boat, ride the waves,
yep.
Then enter.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy. So,
ready for round 2?
Yeah, I can try. It's just awkward to climb with all this, and I feel like it's already been a pretty long day. We've done a lot.
I feel that you managed fine.
Okay.
So I brought you a gift.
See the... Oh, Jesus Christ, this weighs about the weight of me. Oh, it's like having a really heavy backpack on.
Ready?
Ready. I guess this is the last thing I'll do. So for this, I'm gonna climb with a top rope because the chance of me falling, I think, is pretty big. Like, I barely made it last time. Just climbing a ladder is very different. It's like, it's more about your legs, and it's about holding it weird. And I don't know how many kilos I have on me right now, but it's definitely pretty heavy. Okay, riding the wave.
Use your heels.
I'm not able to use my heels. It's too...
Come on, Magnus!
How do you use your heels though?
Come on. Try to get your hips as close to the ladder as possible.
No, there's no way. I can't. Oh, I have to give up.
Come on!
There's no way. Oh, you can lower me. I don't understand how you use your heels. It feels like I'm being hanged. Oh, that's way too heavy. This is definitely pretty hard. I mean, what you guys do is pretty tough. So what do you think? Are we gonna go on a mission together?
I think you passed with a OK plus. Let's take you on a mission.
On a real mission, without any security.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be dangerous. Yeah.
It's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a moving ship.
From a moving ship to another moving ship. Yeah. No rope or anything.
No.
So you guys should make sure that you check.
Nice, he's getting to go on the mission. We knew he would. He's a very fit, strong guy. Very impressive what he can do, considering, you know, he's not military, he's just a civilian, rock climbing background. He always seems to pull it out of the bag. Great stamina, great strength. Some of it was a bit ropey on the technique on the deadlift and the walking lunges, but the rest he did, getting up the ladder, no problem. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next video where he's going to be conducting the mission and how that mission is conducted and how he fits into it and how they operate. It's going to be really good to see. Very good fitness test, very impressed with it. You know, with all the added extra weight when it comes to pull-ups, dips. You can see that you do need to be strong and fit to be in this unit and be an operator. So really enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts and I'll see you in the next video.